Entrepreneurs start by sacrificing their health to make money. Then later in their life, the health goes out the window and then they need to use the money to make back the health.
February 9th, 2021. I'm in my hospital bed thinking the very same damn thing. You would think that I would know this being a doctor, but it's just so easy to take your health for granted when it's something you have most of the time. At this very moment, I was broke because I couldn't work. I couldn't train. Therefore, I couldn't make the videos, and mentally, I just wasn't there anymore. At this very moment, I stared down my crossroad. Continue down this path of self-pity or make a change. February 10th, post-surgery was the moment I promised myself I would never take my health for granted. This was my extreme reset. It regained my health, acquired the freedom to live the life that I want, and I now have the opportunity to take things to the next level. When I told my story for the first time, I felt that I really did help people out there in a similar position. Today, I'm making this video for you. This is my morning routine that changed my life. The 4 habits shared by a multi-millionaire that will change everything. I call it the extreme reset. What better way to share these 4 habits than the multi-millionaire himself, my mentor?
So my first proper career, so to speak, was as a DJ and a record producer under the name Compa. And I was doing that from the age of around 18, 19 when I started, through to around 24, 25. When I was about 24, 25, life was getting a lot more real. And I just wasn't making the money that I wanted to make. I was living at home still with my parents in their spare box room. It was cold, it was dark. I just thought, I need to make a change here. Something's got to change. The music kind of started to die down from there. I let that die down. Trading was something that I just became completely obsessed with. And in that process, friends of mine started to see how well I was doing. They were talking about my success. And that pretty much leads us up to where we are today. So a lot of the money that I've made across the years, I've invested in real estate. I own a 7-figure real estate holding company now in England.
What was that extreme reset moment for you?
So my income ceiling was, like I said to you earlier, it was about, on a very, very good month, I'd make about 5,000, 6,000. Never ever made more than that. To make a lot of money, the vehicle and the scalability of that vehicle is very, very important. When trading came along, I was very aware that this was much, much more scalable, because you can take as many trades as you like in a day. You can size your positions in a way that maximize risk and reward to kind of raise that ceiling as high as possible. And equally in what we do now, so selling our online course, for example, we can sell 1 unit of that in a day, 10 units of that in a day, 100 units of that. We can sell 1,000 units of that course in a day, and we can viably support that.
The extreme reset, this one to be the most important, and I'm so sure there are individuals out there who are in a position that need that guidance, who need to be able to change the trajectory of their life, be it in physical state, mental state, or just overall that push that is going to change everything for you. My intention is that you are inspired, or you at least know the next step that you need to take. In this video, you're going to get all the knowledge that I've received from Will in 6 months, and I believe you will have everything it takes after watching this video. So I highly encourage you, do yourself the favor and watch the video till the very end. And if you feel that you've benefited, or that this video is helpful or inspiring, hit the video with a gentle thumbs up. The knowledge you'll gain from here is going to be tremendous. Listen to Will talk about knowledge and how that affected my results.
All I was missing was the knowledge. If I had the knowledge, which I eventually learned from hiring coaches and mentors in the trading space that helped me along my way, I would just not be where I am today. And I mean, the same for you, Mike. When we started working together, you were making, around X, and now you're making quadruple that. And all I've done is just say to you, Mike, do this, stop doing this, change this, add this in, hire this person. So all you were missing is the knowledge that I just happen to have from my years actually doing this and being in the trenches and solving these problems myself.
What was your morning routine like making your first million?
Yeah, that routine, I remember it well. It was pretty simple. So I used to wake up at 6:30 in the morning, make a coffee, sit down and get ready to start trading at 7. I would trade until roughly, on a good day, 8, later around 9 a.m. ish, so 7 to 9 ish in the morning. And then after that, I would get on with, back when I was making music, I'd then go back into music mode for the rest of the day. And then later in my career, when I was no longer doing music, I'd go into client mode for the rest of the day. So I'd work on the product, work on team stuff, on client stuff, all of that. So yeah, my morning routine back then was very simple. Up at 6:30, have a coffee, sit down, get ready to trade, get on with the day. It was quite simple. So I get up at 8 a.m., shower, get dressed. My personal trainer arrives downstairs at 8:45. I'm straight in the gym at 9 for an hour, being pushed to my limits to say the least.
Cool.
And I'm back at about 10, again in the shower, get changed, ready for work. And then I'm straight in the office and on calls with the team and getting things done. So it's, it just starts early enough for me nowadays, 8, in the gym at 9, which works really well. I love getting the gym done straight away. A good hour in the gym is a great start to the day, and then home and on with work.
Why gym in the morning?
For me, there's a quote that I saw, probably a few years ago now. It said something like, entrepreneurs start by sacrificing their health to make money. Then, later in their life, the health goes out the window, and then they need to use the money to make back the health, and so on and so forth. It just reminds me, life it's all about just getting the positives right. Health is so important. Without health, we don't have anything. If you're not healthy, you can't do the work to make the money. You can't enjoy the money when you've made it. Health, it comes first. And this is why I go to the gym every morning and I meditate for an hour every evening as well, because physical health, and especially mental health, is the crux of just living a great life, being a great entrepreneur, enjoying the money. It's just critical, man.
With that being said, you're going to start your day and it's at 5 a.m. Now, the particular time you wake up isn't going to be what dictates everything, but waking up early. Will used to wake up at 6 a.m. and now being at $10 million, he wakes up at 8 a.m. What's important here is that you execute the most important tasks of your day in the morning that allows you to do them well, do them quickly, and also cover the most difficult ones, which will change everything. Now, after waking up, these are the 4 habits you need to be able to implement to be successful. Let us start here. Number 1, with the mind and the body. DJing until this very point, what are 4 habits that change your life completely?
4 habits. Well, meditation would certainly be one. So that's one of the habits.
But what has meditation been for you? What do you see meditation as?
Well, meditation for me is a reset. That's what it is. The thing is, as I move through a work day, on a busy day, a lot happens. I've got a sales team meeting. I've got this meeting with this person, a coaching, call with X person that I'm mentoring. You just kind of accumulate so much, energy through the day. And for me, meditating 5:30 to 6:30 is just the reset. Where you kind of step away from all of the thoughts, step away from all of the craziness, and just realign yourself, with yourself. And it's very, very powerful. Meditation is truly a game changer. It really is. And it just makes life easier. It slows life down. It changes who you are as a human being. It really does. It just reduces the craziness of the mind, and especially when you meditate for an hour a day, which very few people do as well. It makes you a different person. You're just a much calmer, more conscious, more present human being. And that makes a big difference, especially in business.
Listen to what Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist from Stanford, has to say about meditation and its benefits.
Or enhancing your ability to focus, or improving your sleep, or improving performance in some cognitive or physical endeavor. Meditation is powerful, but you want to make sure that you pick the right meditation practice. Being mindful and being aware can enhance one's level of presence and happiness.
Doing this myself has been life-changing, and I know you're going to hear that a lot, but I'm accumulating all the knowledge I've been able to gain, and that's helped me. Now, in terms of the body, this is what the channel has been focused on, but being able to, number 1, put in the right fuel into your body and improve the composition of it allows you to be more energetic. It allows you to move more. It allows you to do more. And also, you only have one vessel. You only have one mind and you only have one body. And this is what I've dedicated my entire life to, is helping people take care of the body that they have and be in the best position possible. If you are looking for someone to help you, make this change with your nutrition, make the change with your diet. Stop wasting time. I'm here to help you. If you're a busy professional and you feel like, hey, now is the year, now is the time, fill out the application in the description below and I'm here to help you. Habit number 2 is sleep.
Second to that, another habit is actually very, very good quality sleep. So right now I go to bed at 10, okay, so that I'm asleep for 11, and then obviously again I get up at 8 to go to the gym. That works really well for me. Having sleep dialed in is a habit that's done me many favors. So that's the second.
You need to be sleeping anywhere between 7 to 8 hours. Why? Your body is an efficient machine, and if you don't allow it to recover, your body is inefficiently going to utilize the energy and nutrients that you give it.
So I'm pretty crazy about sleep. I like to get, at least 8 hours a night, more like 9. And here's the thing that I've learned as well. So a lot of people go to bed and are in bed for 9 hours, but you don't actually sleep for a full 9. You know, it takes time to get to sleep. It takes time to wake up. You might get up in the night, and that can damage your sleep. So I like to be in bed sometimes for, I know this sounds crazy, but 12 hours. Here's a big one. So focusing on as few things as physically possible. So cutting out all of the noise, cutting out all of the noise. Make a note of everything that you do on a daily basis. Going to Starbucks for a coffee, going to the gym, answering emails, going out on a date, doing this thing, doing that thing, and label them all in regards to their value. So how valuable is each thing? What's moving the needle on your life? What's going to get you to your goals? What isn't? And then being ruthless in cutting out the things that are not helping you and scaling up the things that are helping you.
Habit number 3 is focus. I've spoken about this at length. For me, my focus is when I'm writing down my checklists, as Will just described. And when I write down my checklist, but the most important factors, over the 8 years that I've made YouTube videos, every time I've been able to cross those checklists each and every single day, I've gotten into one step closer to my dreams. We have just crossed 900,000 subscribers, and that is directly a result of completing the checklist that I set myself out for 8 years. Doing so consistently allows me to make sure I'm completing the tasks that are going to leave me in a position to be successful. So for example, I'm going to continue making checklists for the entire year until we hit 1 million subscribers and more. And accomplishing this and using the same strategy and everything else that you want to do is incredible, and it is massively important.
And the fourth thing I would say is actually building relationships. So whether that's friends, networking, even team. I mean, I treat my team like they're all my best friends. I love them so much. I'm not sure whether you know this. I flew them out for all expenses paid holiday in Dubai a few weeks ago. And equally, cutting out bad relationships is really important to keep your mind clean, keep you progressing, hold you accountable, and just generate that positive environment that keeps you moving forwards. The humans that you spend your time around will make you or they'll break you. You need to make sure that you're spending time around people that influence you in a positive way, hold you accountable, motivate you, inspire you. And that's part of the reason why I moved to Dubai, because every single one of my friends now is a success in their own right, in whatever they do. We all look after each other, we all support each other, we all help each other. It's fantastic. So that habit in itself will change your life 100%.
And then finally, it's relationships. Having the people in your proximity and the people that have access to the dreams that you have are so important. Being able to work with Will directly has changed that for me. The knowledge I was able to get from him because of the relationship that I fostered with him. He was a client of mine and I asked him to be able to help me, and that allowed me to be able to get the results that I desired. But in your vicinity, make sure that the people around you want the success for you, are there to help you, and if the people aren't doing that, it's maybe a good idea to start focusing on him hey, what is going to allow you to get to where you want to, and which relationships do you need to foster to be able to get that. But that being said, something I'm doing myself at this very moment is I'm going to a mastermind that Will is running in April. I'm going to get the access and opportunity to meet people that I would have never otherwise, and also gain knowledge that I would have never otherwise by going to a mastermind. This is my goal in 2023. I am taking any capital that I'm making and I'm investing it in myself, just as Will did. I have learned when you learn from someone who knows better than you, you're going to get to the destination you want to a lot faster. If you guys are even thinking of doing a mastermind or coaching with a fitness coach or a life coach or a mentor, do check out Will. And if you're thinking about doing a mastermind, Will's an incredible individual. Guys, Will's information, his Instagram is on the screen as you're seeing it. That's free game you're going to get from Instagram. It's also in the description. Will, a big thank you to having you here. And if you guys want to see Will more on the channel, run up the thumbs up, let me know in the comments. But I know you have a call on the hour, brother. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.